Chair will recognize Melissa Wandall.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you all so much. I appreciate the opportunity to be here today. I am Melissa Wandall, and the first thing I want to say is this actually isn't a joke. Highway safety is a huge component that's missing, up here, whether it's red light or whether it's people cutting each other off or whatever's happening on our highways today. In our state, we just have crashes are up 33%, and I think it's really important that we continue to move forward to work together to find ways to solve this, not to take things away, but to maybe work together to take all of our different ideas to really make a difference on our Florida highways, because we can be better. I'm Melissa Wandall, and I'm against the repeal. My husband, Mark Wandall, is the Mark Wandall Traffic Safety Act, which is the red light safety cameras. My husband and my brother were coming home from a late bite to eat. Coming home, they were a mile from our home. My brother, the driver, my husband, the passenger. They were stopped at a red light. My brother turned left when the light turned green, the arrow turned green. My brother went through the intersection on green. A person traveling 48 to 52 miles an hour ran the light and hit my brother's vehicle, seriously injuring him and killing my husband instantly. We were 9 months pregnant with our daughter. And I think the important thing that we need to understand is if you don't know what the Mark Wandall's Traffic Safety Act is, then you're uninformed. And if you're listening to your colleagues that are vehemently against this bill because they don't like red light safety cameras, then unfortunately you're misinformed. The need in our society today to go with what's popular and what's not right is really big. What's your choice? I know that your constituents are yelling about receiving tickets. And that's the really sad part about it, because they've gotten a ticket because they've broken a safety law. And they should really be grateful that they didn't just take a ticket, that they know that they took a ticket and didn't also take a life. Getting a ticket because it's a safety law is not teaching anybody accountability. And that's what's missing. And right now we're teaching our youth that it's somebody else's fault. It's the red light safety camera's fault. We don't have accountability. And when we do that, when we don't give people accountability, we get people that are just debilitating adults. My daughter is paying the ultimate price. She will never know my husband. She will never know who he was any more than if one of you walked up and said hello to her. He'll never get to witness her growing. He'll never get to nurture her. The red light safety camera just puts a safety net at our intersection. It was never supposed to be all about a red light safety camera. It's red light safety cameras, it's education, it's enforcement. It's a combination that help part in saving lives at our most dangerous intersection. 12 years I have walked these halls. 12 years I've lived with a gaping hole in my heart. 12 years I have been both a mom and a dad to my daughter. 12 years I have championed for safer roads in the hopes of preventing the emptiness in somebody else's life. And yes, one life does matter. Absolutely 5 lives matter, but one life does matter. Because had somebody done this before me, you know what? Maybe my husband would still be here today. Maybe not, but maybe he would have, because that's a chance. Last week I testified in the House. And one of the representatives said to another representative that it was against the bill while he was up talking about his bill. He raised his hand in a high five-like manner and said, "Hey, how many cameras have these lives saved?" Really condescendingly. Of course we'll never know how many lives that they've saved. But the research does show that these cameras are down, these crashes and fatalities are down at our intersection. So to me, lives are being saved. With all due respect, it should not have to be on your shoulders to take a tool away or give a tool to law enforcement. We all have choices. I had to make a choice the night that I went to that intersection and I saw my brother, 6'4", weeping on the ground because he had just been in a horrible crash that killed my husband. I had to look over and see my husband laying lifeless, never to be able to see him again. We had been married a year and 5 days. As I stood there, and in a moment, I realized that my whole life had changed, but I still needed to protect that baby that was growing inside of me that I was going to have any day. I stood there and I recited, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I promised both my husband and my daughter that I will forge ahead and make a difference for what would happen, and that I would not be a broken mommy, and that I would serve my husband, my daughter, our community, and our state well. 12 years later, I am still here. And it is not because I am memorializing my husband. It is because I want to be a part of fixing this. I want to be a part of saving lives. I want to be a part of making sure that this doesn't happen to other families. Today, you all have a choice. You can go with what's popular or what's right. You've had so many information coming your way today. And I just hope that you'll work with me and help me to save lives. And thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you. Are there any
Thank you.
questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.